What is up, Carl?
Hi.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm just ready for this semester to be over.
Oh gosh, I feel that my kid is so ready for school to be over for the year as well. Well, hey, welcome everybody to a kind of off kilter solo cast Dungeons and Dragons stream for a case of the Wednesdays. My daughter had a performance tonight. I had to go to that for the first couple hours of what our usual game time, and as you all know, that's just as, if not more important, it is Dungeons and Dragons. So, and she killed it. She broke a leg, as they say. Kyle, I'll send you the link since we're buddies. But for everybody else that's joining us tonight, thank you so much for popping in and watching us. If you aren't caught up, I'm going to catch you up right now, as well as Cal up a little bit on kind of the sitch as to why Cal is running through here with Zena'Vis all lonesome dove. So last week we had a hell of a game, and everybody in the party was coming out of the fountain in Black Tome Keep after doing battle with a Mind Flare and a bunch of other Underdark specimens, if you will. And then lo and behold, as they leave the fountain, they're surrounded by guardsmen and knights of the Duke. And they are taken forcefully, but they go semi-willingly to the Duke's citadel, where they are taken down below to the prison and put in prison. And they attempted to escape and were beat into submission. Aram was separated from the group and tortured profusely for 72 hours. And the rest of the party is currently amidst a wild and crazy escape plan. So if you didn't see last week's game, folks, definitely go back and check it out. I know it's a little botched up because for whatever reason I was dropping all kinds of bands with or whatever, and we lost sound and things last week. So it was an awesome game, and you may have missed it, but that's the brief synopsis. Is they got thrown in jail, and they did everything they could to not be boring in jail, up to and including Bear's character Lobolo taking all his clothes off, pretending to be dead with shit smeared all over his body. Because when you die, you evacuate your bowels. So, anyway, that's kind of where we left off. My name's Dane. I'm the Dungeon Master. Cal, if you could, it did just go to commercial break, so real quick, I'll just keep going with you, and then once it comes back from commercial break, just because I got people watching, I don't want them to miss out on your introduction. So that's kind of where we left off, Cal. So you're in the sewer under the fountain with the NPC.
Okay.
Do you remember the NPC?
Yes, what was his name?
You would ask me that immediately. Immediately. I have it. Let me pull it up. That's like everybody who's ever been a Dungeon Master knows that names of characters is the bane of their existence. That's not good. I guess I just have to find the. Oh, I can just pull up Black Tomb. Oh, I swear. Okay. Black Tomb pulled up. He should still be on here, I'm hoping. Yes, Guilfred.
Guilfred.
Right, so you and Guilfred are currently. I'm going to share this map with you. If you don't have it already, it's up on the stream, but I'm going to share it over to you, Cal. So you and Guilfred are currently. And we're going to start from the point of their detaining. So. Yeah, she definitely didn't like the feces thing. That's okay. But anyway, we're going to start where we left off. So, as I was saying before we cut to commercial, I'm Dane. This is Cal. I'm the Dungeon Master. Cal, let us know a little bit about Zena'Vis and what's up with her, and then I'll break down the front again.
I'm Cal. I play Zena'Vis. She is a half-elven rogue assassin. It's not murder unless she says it is.
It's facts.
And I'm best friends with Bitch Slap.
Who's not best friends with Bitch Slap, though? I'm pretty sure, like, if anybody in the group was separated and they'd be like, of the group, who do you like the most? And they'd be like, well, Bitch Slap kind of holds a place in everybody's heart, I think. So, anyway, we left off with Zena'Vis and the commoner that they had saved from the Mind Flayer's dungeon below, Guilfred, in the fountain exit, the sewer right below the fountain. There's this exit. There's a secret exit that pops out right next to the Citadel's walkway, as well as the green, which is like the park of Black Tome Keep. Now, you're down there, and you're about to come up, Cal, and you hear, "Halt! In the name of the Duke!" And you hear, like, swords being drawn, and everybody but you and this Guilford guy who you have in tow has already exited the fountain entrance. Or the sewer exit, whatever. And as you're hearing this, you do overhear the mumbling of, "Oh, well, wait a minute, what's going on? We've done nothing. We're just here." And Aram is getting kind of loud and disgruntled, and he seems like he's not into this whole idea of going with them. And it's almost as if battle's about to break out. And just before you put an arrow through a knight's eye, Balar says, "Now calm down. Let's just go see what they want. No big deal. Like we didn't do anything. Let's just go clear this up." It's something along those lines. And so you slowly untaut your bow. You're like, okay, hang on. Maybe they're not going to kill these guards. Maybe not a bad idea not to kill the Duke's guards and knights in his town. Even though it wouldn't be the first time you guys killed some sort of royalty, nobility, or politician. But who's talking about that? Anyway, so they start to march off. And you hear the guards say, "I thought there were more of them. Search below." And at that point, you know that they've been taken. And it's you versus like 20 guards. You assume. You've only seen about 4 or 6. A few, you're not sure if they're the same. They're all armored up and shields and all the things. So you're down below, about to climb out, and you stop. You hear, "Wait, let's check below. I think there were more." And that's where we're picking up.
Oh boy.
Hi, kitty.
Oh, I can hear it.
My kitty, yeah.
Yeah. I guess the first thing, I'm going to jump down. Am I on a ladder?
Yeah, you're about 6 feet off the ground.
Okay, then I'm gonna, like, firefighter slide down.
Okay. Okay, acrobatics, right? Let me get an acrobatics.
Absolutely.
I think you need it. I mean, anything besides a 1. Oh my gosh, if it would have been a 20, it would have been the first start of the game of my life. We'll take a 15, though. 15, it's not like your most graceful move, and it's only made less graceful by Guilford being, like, semi in your captivity, like, kind of like you're dragging him along, and you're like, "I'm gonna slide down." You, like, slide down, forgetting he's there, and you have to, like, twist to not basically make him fall and clatter down the ladder. But then you land on the ground, easily enough, with Guilford.
Okay. Then I'm gonna grab him, and I'm like, "If you know what's good for you, we need to hide."
Okay. Where do you propose to hide? And you may remember the sewer. We're not going to get too deep into the sewer because I don't imagine we're going to stay there. I have plans. But but yeah. So you're down in the sewer, and then what's your plan once you've backed off away? Are you going anywhere in particular?
I'm gonna go further down the tunnel, if possible, and find like a crevice or something that both of us can hide in.
Okay, there you go down there, and it just really isn't one. It looks mostly like rubble, and this way that you haven't really gone before isn't very promising for a place to hide. You hear 2 guards down in the sewer about 50 feet, 60 feet from you, but it's dark, and they're humans. So, and neither of them have a torch out yet. Guilford is not necessarily the stealthiest, but he is also human. But you see these 2 guards, and they actually go the other way, the way you guys had come from. So they're going the direction you may actually have to be going. How do you proceed? Alexi.
Ooh. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
For a little bit.
Okay. What's a little bit?
10 minutes. See if they come back.
Okay. 10 minutes go by. It ends up having a total of 6 guards come through there. Altogether, they all seem to go the direction that you guys had come from. Where you went was just kind of off a slight path, and it's not really it's known, like, to anybody that's ever been down here that that's a collapsed path, but since you hadn't been over to this part, you didn't know. So you get the feeling that these guards know these sewers and that there's nowhere to go that direction, so they don't even bother. They're not the best guards. The guards that have come down here are like the town yokels that have been roped into service versus the knights who are like military trained badasseries. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, Lex, we're having a solo shot tonight. Cal missed last week, so we're just catching her up to the party. She's got 72 hours of Fury to get into. So she's got 3 days in game and basically an hour to an hour and a half of game tonight to get all this done. So we're going to move kind of fast. It might be a little more fast-paced, or I might cut some corners here and there as needed to make this work. But it's still going to be fun. So that's the goal. All right, so you hang out for 10 minutes. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check at disadvantage because you have to stifle your boy, too.
Oh, God. I'm so happy. This is one of my good skills.
It's like your best skill, probably.
This and deception.
Okay, I feel that.
And persuasion, apparently.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, I mean, the 18's pretty good. Let me see kind of what I got going on here. Let's just find out. I'm going to roll this one and hope for the best. A flat 17. I literally didn't see you by 1 point, you jerk. And I'm okay with it because I didn't necessarily want you to have to kill all the guards in the sewer, but here we are. It needs to just better catch the group. You have to, like, Naruto run to catch the group now. Okay, so 10 minutes go by. They thunder around in the sewers. You hear them off in the distance, past where you guys killed the gator the one time, past all the dead bodies, or the leftover bloodstains from the dead rats you guys killed. And eventually it goes quiet. 10 minutes have gone by.
Okay. I'm gonna go closer to, like, the fountain exit.
Okay.
And, like, see if I can, like, try peek my head up without being seen.
Okay, let's do another stealth. This time it's just you. I'm assuming he's not climbing up with you, or...
Not yet.
Okay. Oh yeah, much better. I don't think I can come close. Yeah, I mean as close as they could though. So 19 versus your 24. You notice there's two knights, both with large greatswords standing on either side of the exit to the fountain. That's Aram, Lexi.
What do I want to do?
Well, the guards have not come back this way since they went off the other direction. But this exit is no bueno. Now, you know of what? How many other exits do you know of? There's the one that was in the basement of the Flying Napkin. Mm-hmm. There's this one, and there was one at the funeral home.
Okay. I'm going to try to go to the exit at the funeral home.
Okay. Give me 2 stealth checks at disadvantage. And pray. Because I need these. I want these to work for the first time as a dungeon master in my life. I want these to work so that you don't have to kill like 6 or 8 guards. Now, again, it is Zena'Vis Fury, so if it happens, let's see what happens. Yes! I mean, oh no.
I don't have to kill guards.
I guess sometimes guards need that, Ed. So I am going to just go ahead and Google guard real quick on Fantasy Grounds' sweet site.
No.
And I'll put one here, put one there. And I'm not going to throw the sewers up. I'm just going to do... And it's funny, if you guys haven't played before, sometimes the guards look oddly familiar.
Oh, wow. Where have I seen that face before?
It may or may not essentially be Big Dungeon Master Dane. Okay. But yeah, so you're just around the corner. One of them says, "Trixie, did you hear that?" And the other guy goes, "I didn't hear anything. Which way was it?" And he says, "This way." And they start coming towards you. And as they round the corner, you have a surprise opportunity because you're in the darkness. Even though you made noise, they don't see you. It's dark. Their light is flickering. They're 60 feet away. And they've only got, 30 to 40 feet of vision at being as they're humans. So if you chose to, you could either sneak around a little bit more with a disadvantage because you got to drag this human with you, or you could poke a hole through that guy with a short bow attack and possibly bring him down to his knees.
Oh. I seem to always resort to violence.
And just so you're aware, and thank you, Mike, for pointing it out, I did notice it. One of our favorite followers, Naptown Lex, has redeemed 2 criticals using Nerd Force. So due to her presence in the chat her chatting in the chat and just watching streams, she's accumulated a ton of Nerd Force points, and she just gifted you 2 crits. So your next 2 shots are criticals. Now, as Assassin, your first is anyway, so I would allow you to have 3 criticals.
Okay.
Because the first one's a critical anyway, I'm not going to use her critical on a free critical, on one you get anyway.
Okay. Then I'm probably going to shoot this guard.
Okay, well, if that's what you really want to do.
That's what I really want to do.
All right. I want it. Sim. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry. You're the favorite.
I hit.
Oh, man, I think a 20 does definitely hit, and then that's going to have sneak damage. It's going to be crit, so you're going to hold shift down when you actually roll.
Alright. Oh, I don't think it did it.
Well, it didn't matter. You exceeded his hit points by 8.
Fantastic.
That's correct. And that's the first one. If you want the other one rounds, of course, says, Trixie, I heard something. What was that? And he comes around the corner, too, looking around, fumbling with his weapon, his spear out. And you, again, we could totally roll initiative, but he doesn't see you. You're 60 feet away. And I know the map doesn't really do that justice, but again, I'm cutting a few corners tonight just because it's just you and I.
Since he can't see me, I want to do this. Zena'Vis just gonna, like, pitch her voice really low and just go, run.
It's like that song where like everything goes still and then they go run and it's like you know what I'm talking about. I see that. Yeah. I see that. So you're gonna. So tell me. I don't understand what you're doing exactly though. I mean, I hear what you said, but explain what you're trying to do.
I'm just like saying something in the darkness, creepy, to try and scare him.
So you're like run, like like okay, not just like run, but like run, motherfucker, like prepare for your demise or something like that. Okay, I dig it. But run is what is the word you use, and you don't have command, but you do it. So just go ahead and roll me an intimidate. I guess technically you'd have a critical hit on that guy too. So he hears that and instantly unsheathes his sword and says, "There's someone here! I found someone!" Now, if you'd have killed him, he wouldn't have had time to say anything. But whatever. If you don't want to assassinate, if you want to be a thug, that's up to you.
Darn, I was trying not to kill him.
Well,
to give him a chance to escape.
He signed his own death warrant. Roll initiative.
All right.
And you go first. So I guess it's murder if you say it is.
It is. I'm gonna pop around the corner and crossbow him.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I think I said short bow, but that's right. You're a crossbow expert, which is even better. Okay.
And so, is this automatic crit?
It is an automatic crit. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna hit him. It's no problem. Yep. So throw some damage on there. Hold shift down and then roll it. See, Lex, you could always save up and gift them an artifact one of these nights. Just need 50,000.
Oh God.
Okay, so now you've officially killed 2 of the Duke's guards. Not a big deal. This sounds like a normal day in the life of, right?
Yeah.
You managed to murder these 2 guards. You hear tromping coming from the north of you, and you need to go east to get out.
Oh.
So if you leave now, you might be able to go east in time to get to the exit that opens up just outside the mortuary.
Okay, then I'm grabbing Gilfred and I'm running.
Okay, Guilford, come on! And is it the Naruto run or like the big arms or?
Oh, it's a Naruto run.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. That's how I done it too. Okay, cool. So you eventually get to the exit. You guys get out. You're able to get into Morticia's mortuary or Morty's mortuary, where you're able to, scrape off the gunk and the sewers and whatnot, and shut the grate behind you and hide in her essential shed. She's got a shed on property that you're able to kind of hide in inconspicuously for now. Guards do end up eventually coming out that grate and start looking for you, but you're long gone at that point, and the tracks have run dry on the cobbled street. There's too many commoners and whatnot milling around. They just can't put 2 and 2 together. And how long will you wait before you venture out, and what's your next course of action?
Venture out from Morty's.
Okay.
I probably am not gonna wait long. As soon as like we're ready to go, I'm gonna be like, let's get out.
Okay.
And then I still have.
Figuring it out.
I'm figuring it out.
Oh, why is he? Guilford's invisible. I'm not sure why. There he goes. Boop. He's a handsome guy for being a turd. Kind of looks like Balar, like a nicer Balar.
I swear I had a disguise.
You at least have disguise as a skill. I don't know about the kit. You should have it. You might not though. I see a poisoner's kit.
I might have used the disguise kit already.
Okay, that's all right. They didn't necessarily see you. They're looking for someone. You're not sure if they know it's you. But for all intents and purposes, you assume you're a wanted man at this point. A wanted fee-man.
Well, at Morty's, before we leave, I'm going to search through things for something I can, like, cover my face with, or, like a cloak or something.
Mm-hmm. You do have your rat cloak.
I feel like that's rather recognizable.
Are you gonna keep it on you, or are you gonna stuff that in like the shed and leave it behind just in case?
I'm gonna stuff it in the shed and leave it behind.
Leaves a rat cloak. So Bitch Slap and Zena'Vis, when they solidified their undying friendship, they took the carcasses of like 150 rats each and had a seamstress stitch them together into. Thank you for the raid, Lexi, with the one viewer. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, they stitched together the carcasses of these rats and made a pair of cloaks and then lined the hoods with silk. And I don't know, they're swanky, not so swanky garb. Okay. So you did a shout. Where are you heading?
I'm gonna start heading towards the green, the fountain. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna go there all the way. I'm gonna like hide kind of behind buildings and see if I can see if there's any commotion still going on there.
Sure. So Morty's mortuary is way over here. So okay. And what about Guilford? What are you gonna do with him? Because obviously you need to figure out what the hell is going on with him. You probably don't want to lose track of him, but he sucks.
Does he still have the handcuffs on?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get those.
Oh no! They freed him from because he was cuffed to the table.
Oh, then never mind. As we're like walking, I'm gonna look at him and go. So like, is there somewhere you need to go? Like someone you report to?
No, not anymore. Not since we came to this cursed town. He says.
I am so sorry about that.
He was a turtle. Okay, turtle. He's never a turtle. Yeah, no. This cursed town is evil. The only people here that have ever done anything for me and mine is you and your friends, and now they're gone except for you.
Well, is there somewhere that you would like to go?
Perhaps back to Summerside.
Okay. Hopefully we can do that.
Oh, I guess he was a turtle, and we changed him. So he's a turtle, and he was a turtle.
But it was about to wear off.
Yeah, it would have worn off anyway by now. But thank you for reminding me. I forgot he was a freaking turtle. But yes, no, he's no longer a turtle. By the time you get to where you are now, he had turned back, and he turned back after that first 10 minutes of hiding.
Okay.
I completely spaced that. That's what happens when I'm off my normal routine schedule of Dungeons and Dragons.
Zena'Vis gonna say, I need to figure out what just happened with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to come with me, or do you want to wait it out here?
Do you think it's safe? I'm not really sure what's even going on. All I remember is being ripped away from my wife and the servitude of my lord, and taken somewhere dark and moist, and there was this creature with weird, like, purplish skin and luminescent eyes, and like a gooiness about his skin that just was disturbing to my entirety. I don't even know what it was. It was some sort of monster.
I think I saw that thing. Don't know where it is now.
I don't want to go back to that creature. I need to find my wife if she's still alive. I doubt it though.
What's your wife's name?
Cal, are you doing this on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good for you. I have no fucking idea. How about that? What was her name? Anybody in the chat? If anybody in the chat knows, I'll gift her another crit.
She was the other dead body.
She was the other dead body. Thank you. Yes, she was the dead body across from him, but he's in a stupor from being captured and brain fogged by something that has telepathy and psychotic abilities.
She pauses for a second because I think she knows in her head that the other body was probably his wife, but she doesn't want to say anything. She kind of just takes his hand gently and is like, "Let's get you a bath."
Okay, so are you sending him to go see? She's in your inventory. Hold on. So, Balar said that she's in his inventory, so I think we can just look her up by looking at his inventory. That's hilarious.
I forgot that we took her body.
Of course, Gladys's body. Yep, it's Gladys. Because he has Lady Pumpkin and Gladys's bodies, and a Dracolitz's head in his bag of holding. Jesus Christ. Cheese and crackers. Okay.
I like how we just all decided just put everything in the bag. Just doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
it goes in the bag.
God forbid the vacuum of the pocket dimension ever be messed up and things get like mingled together. We'll have a real mess on our hands. Okay, so he's open. He says you want to get him a bath, so you want to go see Watilda over at the
yes.
What is it? It's the Clean Whistle Bathhouse. That is right by the fountain. Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Okay. So you go there, and then you just go the most direct route on the streets, and you say you have a cloak around yourself. What about this guy? Is he covered at all, or is he just like out brazenly wandering the streets alone? I mean, he looks like he's been a prisoner. Like, he doesn't look well kept. He doesn't. His hair is disheveled. He's dirty. His clothes are tattered.
If I can find another cloak for him, I put it on him.
I'm going to just go ahead and say that you've got a pair of Holocaust cloaks, like this is Princess Bride, and we only have so many things. There's also a wheelbarrow behind the shed, as well as some gas, or, some sort of, like, flammable liquid. But you really just need the Holocaust cloak, right?
Probably just the cloak.
Thank you, Princess Bride. We'll take that and run with it every time. As you wish, am I right? Okay, so yes, there's a cloak for both of you. They're both a little bit bigger than maybe you're used to, but they do exist, and you do have them, and you drape them over your heads and shoulders and continue towards the center of town, towards the fountain, and then hopefully to the Clean Whistle Bathhouse. Let's see what happens. 2, that's not very good. They're not very perceptive around here. One more chance here. I rolled a nat 20. Somebody notices the pair of you. You hear, I think I see them! They're there! Heading towards the center of town! And this is happening right about, I'll say, like here. I'm trying to move you. It's going to be, like, right here.
Oh, darn.
You guys are almost to the center of town, and someone on this side street to the north of you, as you were walking past, says, I think I see her! And you hear as whistles from guards start calling back to each other from different corners of town.
Oh no. I feel like I've made a grave mistake.
Well, you're at least in a pickle.
Oh god. I'm gonna keep walking with Gilfred as if I didn't hear anything.
Okay, just gonna pull it off. So, deception.
Okay.
At disadvantage because you have Guilford.
Darn. Gilfred, you're really
what is
my vibe.
Yeah, you're really wrecking my vibe. What is it?
I don't know what it is. It's something like that.
Oh, you're harshing my vibe. That's what it is.
Harshing my vibe.
Yeah, you're really harshing my vibe, bro. Oof, 15. All right, everybody can see these, so I can't cheat. Let's look. I'm gonna roll them straight. 12. One more. Beat a 15. 3. Oh my god. I don't know which way did they go? George, I don't know, Johnny. Which way did they go? Look, that you go that way. I go this way. And they go the opposite. One goes the opposite way, and one is about 20 feet behind you, heading your direction. Look, stopping random commoners, but you've got a 20-foot lead on him, give or take.
I literally am gonna look at Guilford and say, no matter what happens, just keep going. And we're just gonna keep walking.
Okay, he looks lost and looks down at his feet as he walks. His naked, scarred and battered torso and feet and everything. The rain pattering on you guys, washing some of the filth of the sewers and captivity away from him and you. You guys continue on down towards the green. You get there, there's still a pretty decent... you get to the opening here, if you're paying attention where you are on there. You get to the opening here, and you notice there's still 2 guards standing at the fountain, or 2 knights standing at the fountain, and there are actually 2 guards coming up out of the exit now. So a total of 4, 2 guards and 2 knights coming out of where the yellow arrow is, the back entrance to the sewers. You see them there currently. Do you want to continue straight forward, go right, go forward and then left?
I want to go, around the green.
So yeah, to the edge of the green there.
Yeah, take the
scenic route along the nature path. Rick, yes. Nature Man, Ric Flair. Woo! Oh, I did it backwards. All right. Okay, so let's do that, and then let's go ahead with another. You want to do deception, or are you trying to hide?
Ooh.
Common strollers, or you don't see me?
Common stroller.
All right, deception at disadvantage. I could roll his for him, but I feel like.
Oh.
You know what they do, right? I think they're in the greens. Go check the park. Unfortunately, about the greens and the direction you went is that it is relatively walled in. There's a large building right behind you, and then the wall to the citadel all along the back of the green until the corner tower there, and then there's the citadel walkway there, which is like a kind of a nicer street that has a bit of a fence along the edges of it. So you're kind of in a predicament at this point where you're not sure where you can go without having to put up a fight. So I guess what that means, Johnny, is I'll just do this. Go ahead and roll a new initiative.
Okay.
And Guilford is not a fighter at all. Executioner's not going to cut it. But I can throw a couple of guards in here. I'm just going to use regular guards because you don't need any more Dane guards coming at you. Those guys are deadly. Those so 2 deadly. And 2 more. The knights stay at the entrance there to the sewer. But the guards are going both directions in the green for you.
Got it.
Other guard. And you rolled your initiative. It auto-rolled mine. Go ahead. You've got a 20. You've got the go first. You have sharpshooter. Because you have sharpshooter, you could actually hit guard 6 with a crossbow bolt from there.
I don't think I have sharpshooter.
Oh, you don't. That's that was Cheyenne's character had that. You just have crossbow expert. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you would be at -5 because of the bushes and trees of the green for you to hit if you wanted to attack guard 6. Now you could attempt to cut through the green itself. That is up to you. Bitch Slap's trees in the center of there, planted. So for anybody who doesn't know what Bitch Slap's tree is, Bitch Slap, when they first met her, basically came up on top of a ridge and was over the party looking down on them, holding an uprooted sapling as a club. And she decided to replant it once she found a giant maul that she could use. So she's dug a hole and stuffed it in the ground, and it's growing semi-crookedly, and it might not make it, but it's at least still alive for now in the center of the green. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I digress. Your choice. What do you want to do?
Uh, ooh.
Remember, you have 2 crits stored up.
Oh, but I don't want to kill anyone.
And again, you're assassin, so I mean, if you attack first and they haven't gone, which is all of them at this point, it's also a crit. So like you're sitting pretty on critties, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna like hide behind a tree, and then just like poke out and try to shoot guard 6.
So okay, so are you actually taking like the stealth action to actually hide?
No.
Okay.
I'm not actually
so you're
trying.
just you're using
Just
the tree
trying
as
to have
cover. Got it. And you're gonna pop out and pop one at guard 6. It is a critical hit. As long as you hit him, right? I think with assassin you still have to hit him, but it's considered a crit if you do, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that.
Oh no.
So you miss. Guard 6 says, "They're shooting at us!" And he blows on his little whistle, toots on it a couple times. She's in the green for sure! There's 2 of them! And he's going to charge up to Guilford and make a spear attack on him.
He's gonna attack him? He didn't do anything!
He misses. Guilford awkwardly manages to step out the way. Guard 17 is going to he's going to go this way to cut you off from going through. Guard 5 is going to follow up behind his bro. He's just got a spear, so he's not going to do anything there. Guilford is going to use a stick off the ground and swing on guard 6. Hitting him with a 17, he does 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Flat. Ugh. 3 damage. He's lightning damaging the guard. Guard 14 is going to follow his buddy, talking to the knights quietly as he goes this way. And then we'll go down a couple back to Zena'Vis at the top. Now Assassinate doesn't work, but now you have auto criticals. So you have 2 shots that are both considered critical. So, if it's your first shot, I'm going to give you, if it's critical, to me, that's sneak attack too. So I'm not going to steal that from you. So you get...
Okay.
And your boy's engaged with the one anyway. Since Guilford's fighting 6, you actually would get sneak attack from that.
Got it. Then I'm gonna attack him.
Okay. Ooh.
It's an auto crit.
It is an auto crit. Yep. You just need to stack some dice together and damage the crap out of him, which I think you know. I mean, all the dice you're gonna roll when you hold shift down. I think if you just got a 1 on all of them. Which you got a 1 on a lot of them, and you still got 39 points of damage, and you exceeded his hit points by 24. These guards, again, are just like the local yokels that got roped into servitude as guardsmen because they were semi-athletic. Cool, so you managed to smoke another guard. Guard 17 is going to continue in here. And guard 15. Oh, George! Oh, I'll kill you for that, you damn peasants! And he runs over here and swings on Commoner Guilford. This time hitting him. Oh, don't die, Gilly. 3 points of damage. Gilly's looking rough. I mean, he's already been through a lot. Guilford, they took my wife! I want to find her, he says, and he swings his club around. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he gets a critical. Mike redeemed a critical for Guilford, so he's doing 2d4 damage to this guard. Manages to pull out 5 quick hit points. Thanks for redeeming a commoner crit. That was amazing. You have inspiration for your next game. Guard 14 is following his comrade here. They're going this way to cut you guys off, in quotations. Zena'Vis.
Okay. I'm killing the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, Guilford is currently engaged to him. Engaged with him. He's not getting married. He was married once. It didn't work out.
Here comes the bride. Time to die. Oh god, that's way more than I...
Sneak
Why
damage.
did it...
Because you got it's a crit, so you double dice.
I hit it twice on accident.
Oh, you hit it twice?
Yeah.
Well, it's 66 twice. And you have... You have 8 on the one and then 8 again. Is it 60?
It's because I hit sneak attack twice.
That'd be 12d6. Interesting. I don't know what you did, but it doesn't matter. Half of that's more than enough to take him out, and so I'm good with it. All right. So again, this the whole point of this game right now is not to necessarily be tough so much as to just continue grinding you in directions. Okay, so you've managed to murder those 2 guys on this side. What's your next move?
I'm retreating.
Okay. What's that mean?
I'm going back up the path. I'm like, we're going back.
The rain picks up a little bit more. Rain's a little heavier. Mist floats in.
Oh.
Where are you heading? Who do you know, like, what in town, who do you know that can help you get away from the law?
I'm probably... that I'd have to go past. I'd want to get to the Broken Skull.
Oh, that's a good idea. You know some kind of dubious characters that reside within the walls of the Broken Skull, right?
I know a one.
At least a one. The bathhouse is right there, but it's awfully close to Commotion. 8-Ball was talking about the bathhouse.
I'm like, Guilford, we're gonna have to get that bath later.
It is raining pretty heavily. I mean, he's still nasty, but most of it's just because he's been malnourished and just basically rotting in a dungeon for who knows how long. But you can tell his clothes were once fine livery. Like he once, at one point in time, had expensive, maybe even, if not noble, but like noble servant, like quality clothes on.
Okay. So yeah, literally what I'm gonna try to do is go back up the path we came, find a different road, and try to cut down.
You want to just take this first road on the right?
Yes.
Right here? Okay. And then you're going to head over to the Broken Skull?
Yes.
Let's see how far it is. The Broken Skull is literally just outside the south gate. All right, let's go ahead. Let's do 3 deceptions. And I'll roll for the commoner because you guys are going to walk slightly apart, separating just enough to not draw suspicion. Ooh, that's good.
I like that one.
Deception is what? Charisma?
Yeah. Oh, I like that one even better.
He's not doing great. Totally failed his first one. Let me just see how badly they catch up with him at all. Yeah, okay. So, good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Give me the bad news first.
The bad news is you get to the Broken Skull and you're not sure what happened to Guilford. He was just right behind you. You swear it.
Damn. What's the good news?
I mean, you made it to the Broken Skull.
Yeah.
It's news. He was kind of a dead weight anyway, but I mean, you know, you did feel kind of semi-responsible for him.
Yeah. Maybe I'll find him later.
Perhaps. Now, did you want to go in?
Yes.
Okay, so you go in again. The place is packed. This time in the evening, lots of patronage in there. A smoke-filled den, hookahs, big cigars, stuff with halfling leaf, as they say. Drinking galore, and like 3 or 4 different tables with different games being played, whether it's cards or different dragon chess or any of this, whatever, pick your pick of old school cool Dungeons and Dragons game, whatever you can imagine is what you're seeing right now, because that's how we play. But they're playing, and you see Franz in there, and you notice he seems a little bit lighter on the left side, as he's missing an entire hand now. It was a couple fingers the last time you saw him, but now he's missing a hand, and it's wrapped in bloody cloth. And he's a little skinnier than the last time you saw him too. I mean, it's only been like a week. But he's it looks like he lost maybe 10 pounds. He's kind of gaunt in the face. But when he sees you, his eyes light up. He says, there's a lady that knows how to party. Do you want to get in on this game, lass?
No, I need to know what the fuck is going on.
What do you mean? And now, Franz is an interesting character, right? You want to describe Franz for everybody, Cal?
Franz is my criminal contact.
In Blacktome, yep.
In Blacktome. he has a gambling addiction
He does.
and seems to lose more often than not.
Just as you say that, he jumps out of his chair. The chair flies back. He lifts his hand and a half in the sky. Yes! Thank the Lord! Gods be given the good to me tonight! God, Zena'Vis, you need to stay here all the time. And he swipes like just this mound of gold into a sack. He says, sorry, boys, business calls. And he throws it over his shoulder. And it's like a decent-sized sack of gold. And he walks over to you with his bloody stump, like kind of held against his arm. And he's doing this. He walks over and says, let's get out of here before they try to make me gamble this away some more. I'll be back tomorrow anyway.
Oh, God. You need help. Yeah, she'll walk out with him.
Okay. So where do you guys want to go from here? You step out to the front. It's raining. You're just outside the city limits or the town limits of Blacktown. Franz is with you. You go with this. I can throw him down real quick. Franz is now with you. He is much better than your other guy at hiding and doing all the things. Franz. Franz, but what? Oh, I'm sorry. Franz does have a gambling addiction, but is there anything else you can tell us about him that maybe would make him stand out? Oh, I lost Cal. Hang on, let me get her back. I don't know what happened. Hey, there you back? I lost you somehow.
I'm here.
It's all good. So,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
something else about Franz that we didn't really mention is he's a dwarf. Yeah, kind of rough and tumble looking dwarf. You know, scars, patches, missing hand, bloody stump. Nice, well built but not expensive clothes. Anyway, so you and Franz are standing outside of the Broken Skull, and you notice, with just your passive perception, you notice that just across the alley there is what used to be kind of a large, like quadplex residential home has been turned into this kind of shoddy but also kind of nice, up and coming, semi-run down inn known as the Decapitated Unicorn. It was under construction a week ago, but it is currently up and running. It looks like they're taking on their first customers. It's not very busy. There's maybe 2 or 3 people in front of it at a given time. And it's bigger than even No Man's in the sense of openness. No Man's Inn on the other side of town was the swankiest inn in Blacktown, and it had like nice rooms and, you know, plush blankets, and the food was good and everything like that. This place smells like cat piss and has like a stale smoke smell that still lingers even though it's relatively just opened up. Everybody stretch for a hot 8 ball. Oh yeah, thank you, Mike. Anyway, but it is right there, just so that you know your surroundings. Otherwise, you're looking at like the open fields that surround Blacktown to this direction, and then out to sea if you look to the west.
I'm gonna pull Fron towards the Decapitated Unicorn. Just to look a little less inconspicuous.
Okay.
Conspicuous. I don't know which one.
Inconspicuous.
Yeah.
To look more, or to be more inconspicuous?
To be more inconspicuous.
Yeah.
But I'm basically gonna say, my group, all of them just got captured.
What do you mean, lass? The big orc girl you always travel with, and the skinny elf that's kind of a turd? Them?
Yeah, a ton of guards showed up, some knights, and just took them.
But do you think they know about your job you did, you know, in Summerside? He whispers kind of drunkenly.
I'm not completely sure.
Mm-hmm. A job well done, though, it seems.
Job excellently done.
Humble, right? Okay. So what do you need from old Franz? You know, I owe you this lot here. I can do something for you, but tell me what you need.
I need to either know where they are or why they're after us.
Hey, let's head into here. I've only been here once. The beer's no good, but it's cheap. And he puts his bloody stump against your lower back. He says, come on, you half elf. Let's go in this new establishment here and have some stale ale and some peanuts, and discuss your predicament. No one will question us here outside of town.
She just says there better not be blood on my back.
Oh, you couldn't tell anyway. Whoever made that rodent cape. Oh, you don't have the rodent cape on. It's a black Holocaust cloak. You're fine. Yeah, I forget I don't have it. It stings just a little, but I swear it's still there. But yeah, so he heads in. You go in again. Kind of open establishments. Like they went as much open concept as possible. Minus in the center, that line is actually like a bar that everybody can come up from either side. And then there's a stair in either corner going up to what must be the second floor where the rooms are kept. And a close to 8 foot tall, maybe half orc male with just a gargantuan half orc, kind of like light green skin, one long tusk and one short tusk, pink eyes, kind of balding in the head, but like just stacked. Like this guy looks like he could lift a Mack truck up over his head. He's that big. And he's standing behind the bar cleaning a cup with a dirty rag, like just wiping it out, and puts it down and gets another one and spits in it, cleans it out. Like just not super hygienic, but good times. But he's there, and you get drinks from him and sit down. And Franz says, "So, do you have a plan, lass?"
Well, no, because I don't know what's happening.
Yes.
Not prepared for this one.
Well, if your friends were taken by the guard, they're likely in the dungeons at the Citadel, and I would say they're a lost cause, but it's hard to really know. With proper planning, I wouldn't put anything past you, lass. He tries to slap you on the back and then winces in pain as he realizes he has no hand.
Maybe put that one behind your back.
Okay. I'm sorry, I've had a few, and the winning. I'm still high from the winnings. I love it when you visit.
I bet you do.
So, do you want to try and rescue your friends, or you just want to get out of here? I can help you probably with either in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I'd like the friends back.
Fine. They're gonna get you killed one day, lass.
They kind of already have.
People like them aren't really meant to walk in our circle, if you know what I mean. But you want help getting them out, and I owe you one. You fatten my pockets enough times around that I can do that. But they might have some time. Would you be interested in perhaps a job? I did hear of a rumor of someone seeking some assistance.
If you can get me the information I need to get them out, yeah, sure.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's get you a room. You look worn out. We'll get you to sleep tonight. We'll wake up crack of dawn and get into it. I'll go wander off and see if I can and strum up this person that wants some help or a plan, one or the other. I gotta ask around and see what to be done, as I've not done a jailbreak at the Citadel, and the Duke's not one to be messed with. But as I said, we've known each other a while now, and I plan to help you.
Great. I would love to be able to sleep.
Okay, so you get a room. It's 6 copper to get a common room, or 5 silver for a single bed with basically a 10-foot by 5-foot room with a bed in it and like a little shelf.
I'll splurge.
Splurging the shit in for 5 silver. Got it. So
Yeah.
5 silver. In the morning when you wake up, Franz is already downstairs, half cocked, but with him is someone you may recognize. His name is Rico. Does the name strike a bell?
That's the guy from Flying Napkin.
Correct. The owner of the Flying Napkin, the
Yes.
head chef that originally hired you guys to clear out the sewers. He's there, and he looks rather distraught.
Okay. Zena'Vis kind of walks over and is like, "Long time no see, Rico."
Yes, please keep it down. Keep it down, please. Miss Half-elf, please sit with us. This gentleman says you could help me.
Yeah. Hopefully. What's the issue?
You've done well in the past for me, and I'm hoping that someone will find my daughter. I fear she's been missing for some time now. She ran off with this dream of becoming a warrior like your friend the half-orc. she went with this tiefling lady. Do you know her?
Are you talking about Sylvia?
Yes, Sylvia, that's the one. The bitch. She took my daughter with her to travel, and she could very well be dead. She's a waitress, a barmaid. She works in the kitchens with me. She's raised but as a girl, not as a warrior. She's not to be out in the world with weapons and things. What would her mother say if she was still alive? And he starts to like, I don't know what to do. Please, you have to help me, Zena'Vis. You have to find her.
Okay, I'll help you find her. But you gotta let your daughter live her own dreams.
What? What kind of... What? What hogwash is this? This is my daughter. As her father, it is my right to determine her future. To make sure she's safe and secure.
Okay.
Now, don't let Cal sink into Zena'Vis now. No, this is Zena'Vis, not Cal. I know Cal is a strong, independent woman. And Zena'Vis just kind of the murder hobo. I'm not sure who
Zena'Vis is a murder hobo.
Okay, all right.
She's like, okay, whatever you say, bud. I'll find her. Money's money.
Okay, well, now, as you've signed on to this, I expect results. And your friend here, who I just met, and he, though rough around the edges, seems quite the pleasant fellow, even if he is drunk at 8 in the morning. He said you would need your friends, and I think I know someone who can help you that is lined up with what you need to do to get them out.
Okay.
Are you familiar with magic?
Yes.
Well, very nice. Very, very good. So, there's this gentleman who works, or has worked with the Von Schurgens. Do you remember them? Do you know them?
Yes, I know them.
Tell me what you know.
They are...
You can play at that game, right?
They are the, merchants, the really rich merchants from Summerside.
Correct,
Lady
yes.
Von Schurgen was married to Larry. Larry's now dead.
Mm.
And we have the body of her friend that we're going to try to bring back eventually.
Got it. Yeah, that sounds interesting. That is true, though. That is real stuff. So Rico says, the Shurgens are due to come on a traveling expedition here with a large entourage. But I fear they've sent someone ahead who I knew as a young man who studied at the Nomenclature Institute in Summerside. Are you familiar?
Vaguely.
Well, he went there to study, and I was a young boy and he was a grown man, but he would dazzle tricks for me and my friends in the town square as children. He would show us tricks and use magic to the delight of the many. But he is coming ahead to look into some mysterious matters, and he asked if I knew anyone who would be capable of getting around town. And since you've offered to help me, I figured maybe you would help him, and in return he could help you, as I am no warrior or magician myself.
Yeah, I can help him.
He should be here just before noon. If there's anything you require to do before he arrives, I advise you to take care of your business, as he will likely be wanting to get his investigation underway quickly. All right. So that's day one is over. We're on. This is day two. Is there anything you want to do inside the next, 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, between 8 and noon, so 4 hours? Any equipment you want? Any places you want to try? Now, it's just you, so sneaking around is going to be easier if you do need a disguise or anything like that.
I would love to be able to get hand crossbow.
Okay. So who do you think you would go to? I mean, you know the town. So is there? There's a few places you could try.
It's the guy at Redlock's Keg and Leg.
He had the arrows, and he might have crossbow stuff. That's true. His name was Twinkles, the Tabaxi swashbuckler.
Yes.
Yes. Never forget Twinkles. Right. That's Twinkles for you. Okay. So you go and you see you're going to head there. Give me just one, either stealth or deception. The guards are on full alert. They're storming all around town right now. I said right now because we're about to deal with the T-Baxi. Oh yeah, I can't even come close to that. So you slink your little scrawny ass across town again, this time with no issues, and you get to the Keg and Leg, the Redlock's Keg and Leg. And you go in, and the half-elven bard that owns the place is playing a merry tune. It's early morning. It's just that he's got his banjo or something like that. I'm not sure. You're not a musician, but he's got some kind of string instrument out, and he's banging on it lightly, strumming it so delicately. But he's there, and when you come in, he gives you the nod. So you here for some breakfast, lass?
I'll grab some while I'm here.
Perfect.
Have you seen Twinkles?
Yes. He should be down any minute. He had a long night last night. Many arrows and more wine.
Good for him. Good for him. What's for breakfast?
We've got some hashers over there on the flat top on top of the fire. There's a slice of metal that he's got sitting on the fire. That there's just a bunch of potatoes that have been chopped up on it, along with some sort of pork that's sizzling over there. It looks like it'll burn soon if you don't get it off. But there's a spatula next to it and some plates on the counter by there. It says, "Help yourself. Grab what you want."
Okay. How much was it?
If you're just gonna eat, a couple of silver, 2 silver's fine.
All right. She's gonna just load up a couple things and just eat while she waits.
About 20 minutes goes by while you're eating. You're finishing up your food and whatever you had to drink, and down saunters Twinkles in his boots and his cuffed boots and his poofy shirt with his vest and his wide brimmed and curved hat with the feather. Super swashbuckly, super cat man. Oh, I'm a cat man. Is that how it goes? No, I don't know. But so he does come down, and he notices you. He gives you the meow, my lady. And he comes on over with his meow meows, and he sits just close to you. He says, "I've noticed you're here, and Redlocks kind of nodded in your direction when I came down, so I wanted to check and see. Were you here for me? Would you need me? Meow meow."
Yes, actually. Thank you for the arrows. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you by chance know how I could procure a hand crossbow?
Ah, yes, interesting tool those, right, meow. I do, in fact, know some people that make them, but I'm afraid they're out to sea at this time. When do you need it by?
The sooner the better.
I see. If you could wait till this evening, I imagine they'll come in with the tide. It just depends on if they're on schedule.
Fantastic. Do you know about how much they'd run for that?
For a hand crossbow? I mean, those items typically aren't too pricey, but they are sort of a specialty item, as not most places have the skill to make them. It's just not in here. There he goes. Hand crossbow. I mean, if you can come up with somewhere between 60 and 100 gold, depending on how well you haggle, I imagine.
All right. Thanks so much. I will come back this evening.
Okay. And then was that all the only business you had was to try and find a hand crossbow?
Yes.
Okay, fast forward. It's already 11. So fast forward to around noonish, you get back to the inn, and Rico is sitting with looks like an elven guy who he has pretty pointy ears. He is a robed dude. The robes are subtle, but definitely have like etching around the edges of some sort of arcane writing that you don't recognize. It's just around the edge of his collar, around all of his neck and his collar, and it comes down right to here, and then it's like open to a bare chest, and he's got like a gold chain around his robe at his waist, and he's got a cloak over that. But he's taken the cloak at this point, and it's like back on his seat where he's sitting and talking semi-casually with Rico, apparently as if nothing in the world is wrong here at the old decapitated unicorn.
So yeah, I'll just walk over and just plop down in the middle of their conversation as if nothing happened.
Okay. Yep. So you plop down with Rico and this guy Zena'Vis. And when you sit down, Rico says, "Zena'Vis, my old friend. This is who I was telling you about that might be able to help you in your endeavors to see, to scout ahead for Lady von Schurgen before they arrive. Could you? I don't want to know more than I have to, as it sounds dangerous. So I will excuse myself and let you two get to, your discussion, your plans. And he excuses himself and heads off to open the flying napkin for the rest of the day. And Franz is not there either. He's back, probably gambling, losing his money.
Probably.
But Zena'Vis looks at you seriously and coldly, and over the brim of his nose, after a moment or two of cold silence, he takes some spectacles out and puts them on his face. They're like little circle spectacles, and he looks down his nose and says, "Ah, there you are. So, you have a particular set of skills that Rico said would come in handy for infiltrating and perhaps doing a little spy work. Is that correct?"
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. So it's come to my attention that something is in today's day and time, it's rotten in Denmark, and this time it's rotten in Summerside. Something is rotten in Summerside, and I fear that it may stretch farther than that, but I can't place just exactly what is going on.
Rotten in Summerside.
Yeah. No, it's just a phrase, and I'm not sure. But Lady von Schurgen said they've had more attacks on their trade caravans in the last year than ever before. In fact, her newly betrothed husband had died on one of the adventures before she graciously brought him back to life.
Oh God, that sounds so awful. I'm happy he's back.
Well, he's back mostly.
Mostly?
Yeah, there's just so many different spells in my book. When I brought him back initially, I never really casted that one before, and it may have affected him in a way I wasn't expecting. But I mean, it's still him. I mean, it's his spirit. It's just he might be he might be a goblin.
I'm not gonna question that one.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So hang on. Looks at these damn glasses, and he takes his spectacles off, cleans them, puts them back on. Ah, yes, there you are. So, you're sure you're adequate at these things?
I'd say I'm more than adequate, considering the last 24 hour. That last part wasn't said out loud. That was thoughts.
Oh. Well, I'm going to help you to be even more stealthy, for this job is very intense. Are we good to talk here, do you think?
We can go somewhere else, but
I'm not that kind of elf, but I would enjoy understanding more of where you're coming from. So, yes, let's just talk here. And he leans in quietly, says, "Here, look at here," and he pulls out a kind of junky piece of paper with a rough sketch of what appears to be the Citadel on it. And he says, "So, Lady von Schurgen, I don't know, are you familiar with her?"
quite.
Oh, good. So then you well know that though they are mostly nobility due just to their standing in the merchant guild and the fact that they are wealthy beyond understanding, there is in fact a bit of lineage to lines of old to the thrones of Morzanth, a neighboring country to Grenweld, where we are. If you don't know your political and geological location or geographical locations, I said rock locations, geological locations. It's not geological. But so the thing is many people have come up missing of late. All of descendant lines of different royal heritages from across the realm, and as her main advisor of things arcane, it fell on me to scout ahead, make sure that there's nothing waiting in the shadows, if you will, to end her royal line. And now that her husband, purely by accident, is not a human anymore, until we can change him back, there's no siring of a new child, for I'm sure as you probably wouldn't lay with a goblin either. So them propagating a new line of von Schurgens is tenuous at best. So here's what I'm thinking. I, being the, let's say, moderate wizard that I am, have a spell that will make it harder for folks to see you. And since you're already stealthy, you'll be able to sneak into the Duke's citadel and overhear what they're speaking of, and let me know via this rock. And he hands you a white, kind of shiny, misshapen, half fist sized stone. He says, when you've overheard anything of merit, all you have to do is say my name and talk to the stone, and you'll be able to speak directly to me.
I'm not going to question this either.
Okay, give me the rock, buddy. I love that. So he gives you the sending stone, essentially the message stone, and you take it, and he says, so, it's already, afternoon today, so let's, and she's still 2 days out, but this evening, we'll get you in position to sneak into the Citadel, into the Great Hall of the Duke, and you'll overhear what he has going on, and you'll let me know. Is that understood?
Sounds good to me.
Great. How are you with teleporting?
Can't say that I've tried recently.
Oh, this will be fun. Don't eat too much before tonight. I'm going to send you directly into the Citadel itself so that you don't have to worry about the outer rim guards. Okay? There's a clearing.
What's the definition of too much?
Maybe don't eat. After midday or so tonight, maybe just don't eat. If you're gonna eat, I'd eat early. People have been known to vomit, and it's not quiet. It's pretty rough. So, that being said, about a mile from here, there's a clearing. It's an ancient arcane clearing that I would like to meet you at this evening. So if you want to get your affairs in order, I will meet you there. It is mostly south. You'll see the trees, and then if you enter the forest and head towards the coast in the forest, you can't miss it. It's a clearing. There's some rocks. It's obviously some sort of ancient grounds that you should see it. It's hard to miss. But you do have to enter the forest. You can't see it from the road itself. So once you see the forest, travel a few minutes, and then cut into the trees, and you should come across it.
Okay.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Lady Zena'Vis. I shall see you this evening. And he eats his grits and hashers and heads off. Kind of. He doesn't appear like he's a super old elf. He just maybe has bad eyes. You're half-elven. He's probably close to 200 years old, which is a youngish adult. A full young adult is 100 years. So an extra 100 years, he's like a. He's still a young adult for the most part. He's like a 20-something-year-old, 22 or 3, But anyway, so that all transpires. Is there anything you want to do before I put you in the shit? Because we're about to wrap up, because I know this was just to get you essentially caught up. We're going to get to the clearing, and then we're going to pick up at the clearing next game with you at the clearing about to be teleported, and with them in their precarious positions within.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so I will share this map with you. Probably can't see it until I do some work to it, though. So it's gonna be here at the top. It is dark. I just threw you on the map. As we move you forward, Jacob, you'll be proud. I set line of sight up.
Oh, that's cool.
So you guys can see line of sight on Fantasy Grounds is super dope. Affiliate link oftentimes posts in my thing there. If you want the affiliate link, though, just mention it. I can throw it in the chat. That's not a problem.
Is there a lot of gold?
So then this is where you're going to pick up. So since you had nothing else you wanted to do, we're going to call it there. I know we didn't want to play too super late. We usually end at 11. I just wanted to get you at least some adventuring in and get you caught up to where you're in a position to help. You'll meet Zena'Vis here, and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Cool, GG's. And so thank you so much, everybody, for popping in and watching tonight. If you haven't already followed and subscribed to Twitch or YouTube, please do. It just helps out to know that you guys are there and then you'll get notifications saying, hey, we're going live, which is every Wednesday, 8 to 11. Almost every. Sometimes we have to take off, but 8 to 11 on Wednesdays, EST in the night. And there's a number of other players that play on Wednesdays. And then Sundays, 9 to 11 is my Streamline game with all my old friends from around town here that I've made over the years of being in this new city. So come and check that out, too. It's a totally different thing. Same homebrew world of all of you. Dealing with Summerside and Morzanth and Grenwild and all the good stuff. The only thing not in the future in that campaign is Blacktomb Keep, and in the next game or two we'll find out exactly why Blacktomb Keep is not on the map in the future. So prepare yourselves for a shit show because it may get crazy. Yeah, we are all done already. Thanks, Alexis. It's 11. I know you're probably up with the baby, but Cal's trying to finish out her semester with some juice left, and I, too, have worked since 8:30 and basically been going all day because as soon as I got off work, I went and took the kid to her theater thing and then stayed and watched it, which was epic. Like, all the acts were okay. Hers was the best. I'm just going to say it. And, Cal, you've got one crit left from the chat for next week,
Okay.
so... Oh, no worries, Lex. You didn't miss a crazy ton. We just got her all set up. She met a middle-aged or younger elf wizard who has bad vision, who told her to meet him here at this this rock clearing. And anyway, so yeah, as I said, and also, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, guys, go ahead. I need more followers on TikTok so I can run one-shots once a week for random TikTok people that follow or subscribe. So I'm going to essentially get 3 or 4 people randomly off TikTok each week, and then we'll jump into a live stream once I get enough followers to live stream on there. I'll do it. So peace, love, and unicorns. I'll see you guys in a week. Good job, Zena'Vis. Good job, Cal. Buddy is. I'm sweating. That was a lot of me talking. That was a lot of setting up and doing stuff, but it was fun. I had a good time with that. Any thoughts? Now we're outside of official game time. I still have the stream on, but I'm trying to get in the habit of leaving it up for post game conversation because I feel like every time I turn it off, we have the best conversation after the fact. So it's I'm just leave it the fuck on because people might want to see.
No, that was fun. Trying to figure out where to go.
Oh,
that's always my issue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think important for you is just remember in basically every city you've been to, you'll have at least one criminal contact.
Okay.
Because you've got Franz here, and then in Summerside, you had another guy that was Franz's buddy that he introduced you to by the name of Belkis. No. Belkis is the owner of this place. What was that other guy's name? Do you remember?
That was the Knight of Stevens.
No, was he one of the Stevens? Oh my god!
I think he was one of the Stevens.
So if you don't know, now you know. But we had a night where I named every NPC some derivation, some form of Steven. It was like Steve, Steven, Stefan, Stefani, Stephanie, Steph, Stevo, Stevius, the Steviest. It was pure chaotic nuttery. So I mean that's just what we do. All right, cool. Well, Cal, I'll let you go. I'll go ahead and end this stream then. We had our chat, and I again appreciate everybody and look forward to rocking and rolling in a week.